Modern Horizons 3 has started to grip the population of Magic the Gathering. The sales are starting to rack up, but what I think a lot of people are missing out on is the secondary market sales on a whole bunch of cards that you probably weren't even thinking about. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Modern Horizons 3 and its effect on the market, and show you some of these cards that are selling that you may not have known about. In the last few days, we've seen a multitude of leaks from Modern Horizons 3, and the effects on the market have been insane. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. And a reminder, guys, if you enjoyed today's content, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell, and you'll see more of this every single day. Whether you like it or not, I'm always there with new content. So what's going on? Well, Modern Horizons 3, with all the leaks we've seen, with the damage control wizards having to post things up to say, yes, these cards are real, here they are, it's got everyone talking. Everyone's talking FOMO, and nobody wants to miss out. But here's the thing. It doesn't mean that every player is going to go out and buy boxes. That's for sure. Although the sales of boxes are increasing, play booster boxes, the bundle packs, collector boxes, they're all seeing an increase in sales from what we saw a few weeks ago. But I'll tell you right now, it's still not going to be the same sales that everyone saw or remembered from Modern Horizons 2. But here's the real difference. And you guys better pay attention to this stuff, because it's coming to a store near you. People are trying to pre-order cards that they've now seen online. They are showing up at their LGS, showing up big stores and small, saying, I'd like to get X amount of this card. 30 copies. It was one of the examples I was shown today. And the store is like, 30 copies? I'm only opening one case. I'm not going to get 3 copies of that card. Now this is where it gets interesting, because smaller LGSs who had cash flow restrictions didn't order a ton of this product. And yes, many of them are going to try to get more of it after release, but your allocations are kind of set. You kind of know what you're going to get by now. You know what to anticipate, give or take a box or two. And that means a lot of players may be left out in the cold. FOMO may become a real thing again, because not just the sealed product, but the singles you're hoping to get, you're going to have to go to a bigger store. Bigger stores with a bigger bandwidth of cash flow, who can afford to open a lot more boxes to get those singles into your hands, are the stores that are really going to be able to capitalize on what we're about to see happen. Because the sales and the actual prices are going to get funky for a lot of these cards, because you're still not anticipating the same amount of openings we had for Modern Horizons 2, and those prices stayed pretty high. So what does that mean going forward for players? It's going to be a little bit different than we remember before. And even if you pre-order something on a site like TCG Player, we all know that orders get canceled. Stores say they don't have the product, they refund you your money, and they move on, or prices spike and they cancel your order and sell it to the highest bidder. These kind of things have been the wheel in motion for the last couple of years for Magic the Gathering, but more recently it's happening more often with things like the Outlaws of Thunder Junction. No, not Murders at Karlov Manor. So where does that leave us for Modern Horizons 3? It leaves you in limbo, wondering if you're going to get enough product, and that may lead to even more box sales coming to a store near you. You may just feel that itch to buy a box because you don't want to go through the hassle of having things canceled, having things lost. It's going to be an interesting time for Magic. It's going to be something to cover, but not only that. This is only a couple of minutes of the video. The whole second half here, this whole little bit, if you've made it the 4-minute mark that we're at right now, roughly, guys, it's having an effect in secondary market cards that you probably didn't know about. You probably didn't know these cards are starting to sell. And I'm not sure even all the stores know exactly what's going on, so I put together some information. I've got some cards to share with you, and I want you to know what's happening in the market. So we're going to take a look at these cards, just in case you needed some of these or were not aware that they were selling. You'll now have a bit of a leg up on other people, I hope. I hope I'm the first content creator to catch up on this stuff for MTG Finance, but I'm hoping I get to you guys in a good, timely fashion, because some of these cards are getting a little bit hard to find. But not just that, they're going to probably go up in price. So let's take a look at a few of these cards right now. Let's shape and ship this stuff out. And I can't wait to see your comments in the comment section about what's happening in your area, because everyone's different in this world. No matter where you are, the Magic markets are different from US to Canada to the UK to Australia, all the way over to the Philippines, Japan. No matter where you are, if they're playing Magic there, the sales are all different. So let's take a look at some of these cards though. Let's tell you what's really going on out there. If you don't know this card yet, you're going to. This is Urza's Cave from the upcoming set Modern Horizons 3 as an uncommon. And it says add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. 3, sacrifice Urza's Cave, search your library for a land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Forget the recursion effects with like Renin 6 and all kinds of crazy stuff. Eldrazi decks, artifact decks. Forget about the craziness. This thing can be utilized everywhere, and everyone's looking for it. I know stores who already have 30, 40 copies on pre-order, and that's from smaller LGSs. I can only imagine what some of the bigger stores are going to have in the next little while. This card's price could totally upshift to something we haven't seen in a long time if it finds a foothold in Commander and Modern. If some decks really take this thing to heart, this card's going to reach like a $10 level possibly. Pay attention to what Urza's Cave can do, because it is also having a secondary market effect on a whole multitude of other cards that we need to cover, guys. You need to know what's going on, because if you needed this card and you need to buy all the other cards that go along with it, you need to buy them now before everyone finds out exactly what we're talking about. Now, our first one I talked about briefly the other day. This is Urza's Workshop. Since the video I showed you guys, this thing's going to make my top 10. It's sold thousands of copies, okay? Because some of them were as cheap as $7, $8, and it's not showing a real market shift yet on MTG Finance, guys, but the sales are really ramped up on this card. Now, of course, it's add a colorless mana to your mana pool. It has Metalcraft to add for each Urza's land you control. Now, the funny thing is, it says activate only if 3 or more artifacts are in play for you. Now, that's caused a whole bunch of other sales to happen, which we're going to get to in a minute. But it's also, when you look at all the Urza's lands that are available, there's what, 6 or 7 different Urza's lands. So most this is going to tap for is 6 or 7 mana, which is still a huge amount, assuming a lot of other factors though. But it's still a very sought after card. Players are willing to take the chance, they're willing to buy this card, and they want to build up a stash load of them. They're buying 4, 6, 10. This is crazy stuff that you need to be aware of, because if you have this card, you can make some money selling it. If you needed this card, well, you're gonna see, like on TCG Player, some copies are still $10, $12, but other copies are at $19, $20, and they're starting to run low on how many copies are available. So after those copies sell, then you have to buy the more expensive ones, because that's all that's left. But that's not all, guys. We got more here. Another card that's starting to spike up in sales is Animate Dead. I don't care what version you're looking at, Animate Dead is selling. It's selling a lot of copies, okay? I don't care if it's revised all the way through to the newer editions. If you look around, 50 copies there, 100 copies there, 90, 100, 150, 200. This thing's racking up to, again, a couple thousand sales across all the different versions, some a lot cheaper than what I'm showing you, but they're selling. Now, why is this? Or maybe just some regular sales? Maybe people are thinking about animating Eldrazi that end up in their graveyards. Either way, there's a lot of sales racking up that you need to be aware of in case these are cards you're looking for. Now, a bunch of cards that are also seeing an increase in sales are cards here like Mana Crypt. Now, there's lots of different versions. It's been reprinted tons of times, but you're seeing sales across all of them increase 2 to 3-fold where we would normally see these cards. How about Mox Diamond? You notice the cards I'm showing you are 0 casting cost artifacts that obviously will interact with Metalcraft very well. And they're all in an uptick. Mox Diamond's been the last little while, but even more so than what we've seen before. Chrome Mox, again, people are looking for the card, buying multiple copies. This is something we haven't seen in a very long time, guys, where cards like this are going to see the 500-600 sales in a single week. That's not normal. It's not part of the normal market space. Jeweled Lotus has seen a 4-fold increase in sales from when I last checked it. This thing, again, it's probably not going to make the top 10, but the next 24 hours could be critical, and it may actually make the list. Guys, these are cards you need to know about, not to mention Mox Amber. It's been raising itself up in price, it's gaining ground, and it's being sought after and bought enough that 2LGS has reached out and was wondering if I was willing to part with a few of my copies. And the answer is no. Now, don't forget, we also have Mox Opal. Again, it's been reprinted a few times, but it does find a very comfortable home inside Commander. So again, the sales are increasing on so many of these zero casting cost cards that they've got to be brought to your attention. Now, Lotus Petal here, same deal. This card's just broken. There's so many ways of using it, and there's so many ways of fitting this into other decks that, again, the sales are high. When you start adding in all the cards we're seeing for Modern Horizons 3 is causing a secondary market kind of chain reaction. Yes, even Tormod's Crypt, I'm showing it to you guys because the sales are way higher than they should be. Even the original version from the Dark has had quite a few sales. So it's something to mention and be aware of, because it's not like it's going to be a super expensive card, but it is a card people are looking for, and that's always good to know. Same with Zuran Orb, guys. It's a card people are after. It's a card that doesn't have a high dollar value, but it's good to know that people are looking for these things. It lets you know kind of what people might be building and what other cards may be kind of being engineered to fit inside these decks. Now, the next one is another reserve list card, and this is going to be Lodestone Bauble. Again, I was surprised to see it's having the surge in sales that it is, but yep, it's going up as well. A lot of recent sales. It may make my reserve list top 10 this weekend. It just depends on what all the competitor cards are doing, but we can see that on Sunday if it's going to make the way. And the last card I want to share with you is going to be the Urza Saga, the card that I thought back in Modern Horizons 2 was going to end up being a $5 card. Boy, did I call that one wrong. Oh, I was so wrong. Instead, it's where it is, and of course, it's an Urza's Land, so of course, that just makes it awesome. Urza's Saga, Enchantment Land. It's just amazing. Now, the last thing to share with you guys is, of course, yes, it's the Weathertop version because I think it's cool art, but Deserted Temple, guys. This thing untaps lands, which means it can untap that amazing land. It's just crazy, guys. Untapping the Urza's Workshop is going to be nuts. Now, of course, when you're looking at a card like Deserted Temple, you don't think much of it. I'm showing you the Weathertop version, $10 card. But the speculators are buying it. Regular players are buying it because they're saying, I can untap, not Urza's Cave, obviously, but now Urza's Workshop starts to make more sense. It starts to have more synergy when you use Urza's Cave. Or, if anything, Urza's Cave can let you get other Urza's lands. And then if you have other cards that can connect and bring those cards back from the graveyard, it taps for even more mana. And this is where infinite mana combo loops can come into play. But all those zero casting cost artifacts, all that Metalcraft stuff, there are so many ways of interweaving the cards. And so many of these cards are very cheap, inexpensive cards because of multiple reprintings that the sales, most people are going to slip right by and not think about. 100 sales here, 200 sales there. Doesn't seem like a huge amount when it's a $1 card. Or $2 card. You may notice it on bigger ticket items like a Mox Amber, which had a couple of 100 copies sell just yesterday, but that doesn't mean that people are going to make a video about it and let you know what's happening. And this is happening. And when people take a look at a set like Modern Horizons 3, regardless of the price and how players may feel about that price, the sales are going on. And because of the cards we've seen from the leaks, from the spoilers, it has energized the market to purchase many secondary market cards which haven't seen a lot of sales recently. These are cards you need to know about. You need to know what decks are going to be built. You need to know where the value is going to be found in future sales and where Wizards of the Coast may turn their attention to in the future after seeing those sales in the secondary market. A company like this is a beast. It's looking for every angle to feed itself. And that means when these cards get sold and they see that they're doing something that reacts the market this way, they are going to look in that direction and say, where can we make some more money in that direction? And that's something every single Magic player needs to get a little bit of an edge ahead of what Wizards of the Coast is doing so they can make their plan. Thanks again for hanging out. Thanks for being here on the channel. Drop some comments in the comments section. Did you buy some of these cards? Have you been purchasing some of this stuff? We all know you have. I saw it right there. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video, the top 10 selling cards this weekend, and I can't wait to share with you some of the actual numbers for these sales. It's going to blow your mind. Thanks again for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Hey guys, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of this channel. Because of their support, daily uploaded content is put out there for everybody to enjoy. So thanks again for being supporters of the channel, to my patrons, to my YouTube membership members who make this happen every single day. I salute you. Thanks again for being there. Now guys, don't forget, we're going to see you guys at the Ramble Jamble in like 2 seconds. Oh, the sales are racking up. Oh, the sales are racking up. Guys, whenever a new set like Modern Horizons 3 comes around, we see spoilers and leaks and stuff this early, all kinds of craziness gets going. People are like, well, look at this and I can do this. And then you get other content creators, you get people putting out ads and things saying, hey, did you see this column? Did you read this column? Have you checked out this? And you go, wait a second. What's going on? The market's going to calm down at some point. Don't be that person. That's what I want to say. But at the same time, I bought some of these cards. I'll be honest, guys, there's decks I want to build. I got just as excited as many of you did, and there are cards I'm looking forward to. There are things I want to build, and I'm glad I bought them. I'm glad I got the Urza's Workshops a year ago when they were super dirt cheap, like $5 each or something. I bought 4 of them. I'm good. I'm set. So those cards I'm not worrying about. But some of these bigger ticket items, yes, I can understand why players are always looking for those cards. And the other card, if you're here at this part, City of Traders. Okay? That Ugin land selling has City of Traders doing all kinds of craziness. I don't know if it'll make the top 10. But I know of several people and stores looking to find copies of this card to sell to people at their stores. So, just a little inside baseball for you guys. Inside hockey. Right now, the Leaf game is on. Was it Leaf versus Boston? I have no idea if there's another game. I have no idea what's going on. I told my family they gotta be quiet so I can finish filming everything. Wow. Guys, crazy times in Magic. This is just so exciting to me. I can't help it. I can't wait. Drop some comments. Let me know what's going on wherever you are. And let's remember to open the Necronomicon to page, get this. Do you know what it says on page 806? Your wallet is going to open up. See you guys soon.